Alright class, settle down, class is in session. Everyone get to your seats.
Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is the Yukitsu Times, welcome to my channel, welcome back to Banished, and welcome to a sort of other playstyle of this game here. So we've got this set to a small, harsh, mountainous map here. As you can see, the map is a lot smaller and it's got a lot more terrain sort of interrupting what we could normally build on. So this is a sort of challenging map. This is actually quite a nice version of this map, which has given us a pretty good start, but typically when you're doing this, you're going to be in a little bit worse position than you would normally be in, especially early on in the game. So we're going to go ahead and start looking at what we can do here. We still want to do our basic start, so we're going to go ahead and put our gatherer's hut up here. We're going to combo that with our hunting cabin, as we do, and getting those built pretty quickly is going to be pretty much key. So we're going to go ahead and chop down trees that are down here. We're going to go ahead and chop down the rocks that are up here, and hopefully that'll help us get through. Now, one of the biggest things that you're going to run into in this version of the game is you're going to run out of resources pretty damn quickly. So it's important that you know sort of what you're doing and why. So you need to basically get everything set up quickly and cheaply in this version of the game, and what we're going to do is build wood houses, and we're going to go ahead and just build them just outside of the radius, which is just near that sort of storage area that we've got there. One of the things that we are also going to have to do is probably build a, let's see here, storage barn, but it looks like our little storage cart here is close enough that we'll be able to rely on that for just a little bit. Let's bring up our menus. I forgot about that here. Now, one of the things that we are going to have to do as well is bring up our jobs and put someone on the job of builder. So we'll get 3 builders for now. Oh, this is backwards. There we go. And we're going to need a lot of wood. We're going to need a lot of various resources to get this up and running and going here, so we're going to go ahead and also prioritize these 2 buildings over here. Very good. We got 3 and 3, or what's going on here? 3 and 0, whatever. And we're actually going to get someone on gathering right away so that we can start making sure that we don't starve to death too quickly here. And 1 person on hunting, so that can start working up towards that. And yeah, we're going to continue on with our houses a little bit. We are going to need about 5 houses in this first year. So that seems like quite a few, and it is, but we're on hard, so it's not as bad as it could otherwise be. I do recommend playing this on hard. It is a little bit ironically easier than the other difficulties, so that is what we want to be doing here. Okay, so let's prioritize our house here. And let's keep a careful eye on our sort of resource counter as it moves up and down a little bit here. With the setting on like hard, and with the climate set to really awkward, we do need to sort of preserve our resources much more carefully than we otherwise normally would. Okay. And for this first year, I don't think I'll be able to go ahead and get everything I want, so we're going to just go ahead and build our houses. And let's flip this around and build this here, but we're not going to build this here yet. We'll figure out what to do with that storage cart later on. It actually is in a pretty good position right in the middle of town, so it's not the worst spot that I've ever seen it. Okay, and that is going to be all the houses we're going to have to build for this first year. Let's just slow things down a little bit, slow our simulation down. Have we got any resources piled here yet? Looks like we've got just enough for the stone. We've also got enough logs. Okay, so we also now just need to see how much we need for a woodcutter. We need 24 logs for our woodcutter to get started up here. We can afford to put the woodcutter sort of like, let's put him back here. That might, yeah, that makes sense to me. Okay, so that should be good. We're going to have to cut down a little bit more trees, so we're going to go ahead and take these ones down. Okay, so this is not a bad start as far as harsh maps go, so that should be okay. We're going to put this on pause until we've got these other houses done, since we don't want a guy chopping down trees when we're actually short on every other resource in the game. So we are out of firewood now. Our people should be able to survive the winter without firewood if necessary, but I'd of course rather we get some firewood, so we're going to get cracking on this as soon as we can after this house gets completed. It looks like they're doing the house first, so that's fine. gonna have to chop down a few more trees, it looks like. And I think we can take out these trees as well, so that's fine. I want to just check to see if we can build stuff on here, so it doesn't really matter what. Yeah, no, this is actually a narrow passageway, so we can actually build on the other side of this little valley there into this fertile little section that might let us produce more stuff later on. But right now we're in a very good spot to put down a fishing dock, so that's going to be something else that we're going to be doing pretty quickly. Let's just check our food situation. We're really quite low on food, so we're going to go ahead and get someone else on there. I do want this built, so let's up prioritize. There we go. And have we got enough resources to get that done? Yes, we do. Okay. And our reserve of logs is indeed still low. Yes, I'm aware. Okay, we can take out these trees, I think, pretty safely. Let's also take down these trees. Okay. And that'll do us pretty well. Let's get someone on wood chopping since we are completely out of everything there. And reserve of logs is still indeed low. That's fine, though. Okay. How are we doing for iron? Do we really need iron for anything right now? Let's get a little bit, just so that's out of the way. There we go. And our wood chopper, getting to work chopping wood. How much wood could a wood chopper chop? Alright, perfect. And we've managed to get into winter without too much incident. We've only got 8 adults with our city here. Interesting. Yeah, so we've actually got a house with like a mother without and a child there. What we're going to do is actually just force him to marry that other person, because that's the kind of city and totalitarian regime we live in. What we're going to do is we're going to go remove structure on this thing. And he's going to move in with those other people, and we're going to reduce our workers down to 0. Alright, perfect. And we're just going to wait till someone else becomes an adult before we worry about that. Or something like that ought to do. Now, one of the things that we are going to have to worry about quite fastidiously in this little town here is that as this guy chops wood, he's going to have to chop a lot more wood for this town than we would normally have to chop in another town, because we are going to be burning through logs a lot faster with these wood houses as opposed to a stone house. They're just not very thermally... They're just not very friendly thermo... whateverly. Late winter, it's already starting to get a bit sunny out, so we can start our next wave of buildings here. I'm going to build a forester lodge here, of course. We're going to build it on this side, I think. That'll give us a little bit more space to work with. And that is going to require some builders, so we've now got another laborer, though, so I can cancel that removal. There we go. And that's going to have that laborer working in there, or living in there. That's fine. Moved out all on his own, and in like a little bit, this person, who's currently a child, is going to grow up to be 10 years old and probably move in with him, I hope. Hopefully. Okay. Now, we're still tragically low on logs, so we're going to remove this guy from his job here. You're fired. Okay, we can still chop down these trees, it looks like, so let's go ahead and do that. And logs, as you can see, just logs are the resource that's really going to be limiting us in this particular instance, because, like, and ironically, the logs is, like, a consequence of us not having enough stone around us to make all stone houses. But, like, I know planning ahead that I'm not going to have enough stone in this general vicinity for me to really thrive on building stone houses yet. And I'm not sure if I ever even really will. It's just one of those things. Alright, so we've got that going. Let's go ahead and also work on a fishery. And here is going to be a fantastic place for a really high productive fishery. Were not for the fact that there's apparently hills there. Shit. Really? Really, game? It's gonna be like that, huh? Okay, well... Looks like I can't actually put the fishing dock anywhere good, because the game is a dick. The game is a tremendous dick. Okay, this is going to get quite a bit of the river, so that'll be okay. Hopefully this, like, very distended sort of fjord, I guess, or whatever, is going to be able to not have hills. That would be fantastic. Okay. Now then, have we got 2 people in there? Yes, we have. Good. You two do whatever it is you do. How are we doing on food here right now? We're doing okay, actually. We're pulling in plenty of resources, so I think I feel a little bit confident that we can build another house if we need to, but once we've got a couple more laborers, but we will wait till we've got a couple more laborers in our little town here. I'm a little bit worried because I don't feel like we're making good time necessarily, but that's okay. Let's build our fork in the road over here, and let's do it like that. Okay, there we go. And one of the things that we are also going to want to build pretty quickly is the tailor. And the blacksmith, of course. And that is more for year 3, but I might as well get this templated out here. And the blacksmith we'll put over here. There we go. Okay, we need some wood choppers, so let's get 2 people on that. And how much have I got for wood? I've got plenty, it looks like. Okay, let's get someone on wood cutting as well. We're running out of labor. That's one of the bigger problems that we're going to run into, which means that like these jobs that we've got set, like woodcutter or whatever, is just not going to get done. Actually, how much we got here? We got 33 firewood. You know what? That should be enough for now. Really, that really should. Just as he got there is when I canceled that. Fantastic. Okay, we've got enough logs there, we've got enough stone in our inventory, so that's fine. They should be getting on that, so I'll prioritize the fishing dock here. That should be good. New little child has been born, that's good as well. It looks like everything is moving along and motoring just fine. We should be able to get to about a population of, well, I think it was a population of 30 is what we need to get for this particular reward. And this isn't going to be like a long-term sustainable town like the other one was, the trading posts and all that other good stuff. This is going to just be a very sort of, we accomplished the goal that we're setting up to do sort of town. And that'll actually be fine for me. I mean, we don't really need to get any further than that. Let's see how that's doing. That's doing okay. Let's go ahead and produce our storage barn. We'll build it here. So that's nice and close to our people who are producing crap. And then we can get rid of our storage cart, although we don't actually have to. I have one town that's got like a population of 1,600 that still has the storage cart, which I think is kind of hilarious, but whatever. Okay, so I am really probably going to need to start chopping more wood here, so we're going to put that guy in there. Fortunately, we've got some more people who are now capable of laboring, so that's good. Need to build another house here as well, so we'll go ahead and put that to the test. And yeah, looks like things are motoring along pretty well here. I would have liked to have gotten a medicine or an herbalist or whatever, but it doesn't look like I'm really going to be able to right now with the other things I want to get done. Just because I kind of want to get other things done first, just because I don't feel like I'm too worried about the health of my citizens right now. Because like if they get a little bit unhealthy in this particular instance, that's going to have to just fly currently. I just have to sort of make sure that I'm keeping up in other regards. Okay, I'm going to increase my log limit to 500, or let's increase it all the way up to 700 actually, that should be okay. Although I will need to build more storage space for that pretty soon, that's fine. Let's just extend our storage pile back to here. There we go. Okay. It takes an awful lot of logs to build a storage barn, which is unfortunate. Fortunately, this area around here had a lot of mature trees already, so these guys actually probably pulled in quite a few logs already. 45. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Another little set of children's, that's fine. Firewood is low, tools is low, I'm aware of that, but let's get our blacksmith and our tailor being built as well. How are we doing for food here? 578 units of food. We've got enough food actually for a little while, so let's drop that by one. Let's yeah, let's just one of each will be okay for now, and that'll make the labor get done faster. We do want to make sure that our tools are getting built, so we're going to prioritize the tool builder. Our jackets, we can survive a little bit for a while. It just means that we're going to have to spend even more on firewood, which means I'm going to have to keep this guy working throughout the summer. But the blacksmith, if our guys break all their tools, we're going to end up in real trouble. So as far as production goes, it's important that we get the blacksmith done before we get anything else done. Looks like we have to chop down more rocks. Of course, we are running out of people who can do generic labor, but that's to be expected. Okay. Reserve of food is low. Crap. Let's move that guy back onto there then. Okay, we got our blacksmith. Let's get someone working on that to make sure that we can get some more tools. It'll be a little while before the ones that we have got start breaking, but it won't take too long before the ones that we have got start breaking. So we do need someone on that. Okay, this fuel limit we're going to increase to 300. And the tailor just about done. Good. We are not going to have someone working on that until we get some of our other stuff built, so in particular I want this house built as well, so okay. It's always important to keep a couple of guys around who are capable of doing generic labor. How's this building doing? 48 logs this season, not terrible, but we are falling a little bit behind. Okay, looks like... I'm not really sure what it looks like right now. It just looks like we don't have enough laborers. Okay, that storage barn is going to help out quite a bit. I don't know why it's saying actually that we have got a food shortage. We've got, not like a lot of food or anything, but we've got food. It's not really a problematic low amount or anything. Let's get another hunter. Let's go ahead and get a tailor. Reserve of iron is low, indeed it is. Let's go ahead and get all this. And is there any in there? Yeah, there's a little bit hiding away. Okay. I've got 3 people now who can go and hunt down iron, but we are going to need 1 more before we've actually got enough people to start another family, so we'll wait until that's done before we go ahead and set down another house. Now, it looks like our food supplies are under control for the most part, so I'm not too worried about what's going on here quite yet. This fishery's doing surprisingly poorly, though. Strange. Or I guess it's because it's undermanned and it hasn't been very many seasons yet, so... Actually, no, yeah, it's doing reasonably. It's doing reasonably. I guess last season it was because it was new. Okay, so we got a little bit of clothes now. That's good. Our people can stop being a village of nudists. That's always a positive thing. And it looks like we're about most of the way up to 30, so we're just going to basically have to survive for 20 years after this. Now, one of the weird things is, because like a year in this game represents like a lot longer than a year, our people are probably going to actually just start randomly not doing well, but, oh, crap. Okay, let's get a bunch more people on food then. We've got a bunch of people who are now adults. We're going to let that sit for just a little bit without increasing what we're doing here, because we've got to sort of get more food going in as well as getting more logs in, it looks like. We just really don't have enough labor. I'm not sure if we're doing well in terms of food. Like, we've still got food, and we always have got food in our storage, it looks like, but at the same time, like, our people don't look like they're producing quite enough, or quite quickly enough. Okay, we're going to take our blacksmith and our tailor off duty for about a season, and what we're going to do is go ahead and... let's build... gatherer's hut. Now what we could do is actually build one like outside over here, but that would sort of require a bridge, and it's not the best place for it, but we could actually build one over here pretty reasonably, it looks like. So let's go ahead and do that. And what we can also do is build another house, so we can do that. Got a lot more people working on food production right now, so let's just have one person on building right now. Yeah, we're producing quite a lot from this gatherer's hut, but could do with another one most definitely. Okay, so this guy's up to the fuel limit, so we'll put him off job for a little bit. And as you can see, it's like this constant battle to keep our like reserves of logs and food in check, but it's not too different from what it is in the other maps. I really do need more logs though. I don't want to have to build another forester lodge though yet. Okay, let's chop down those rocks. Start chopping down some of these rocks so that's out of the way of the foresters. Got a new kid over here or somewhere. Interesting. I'm not sure where that kid's coming from, but one of the things that we're going to potentially want to do is build a schoolhouse, and I know that sounds crazy given everything, but when we're having this few workers, we need more efficient workers, I think, so let's give that a try. I'm not confident about building this right now, honestly, but I think that we could really do with that spike in efficiency, even though it'll take a while before it pays off. Got our like one builder out there, going back and forth out to this gatherer's hut way out here. And actually what we're going to do is set that one so that's not working yet. What we want to do is just have that so when we get a bunch of these little children becoming laborers, we'll be able to rely on them pretty quickly becoming functional members of our society here. Okay, we're just going to make so that we've got one builder on each of these buildings right now instead of one on just doing it the crazy way instead. Okay, how are we doing for tools? We still got plenty of tools, we still got plenty of clothes, so we can keep those guys off job for a little bit longer. And the reason this gatherer's hut is important here is because, like, if my population booms upwards a little bit, I don't want to be caught with my pants down. I don't want to be suddenly caught saying, oh, I wish I really had another production building that I could derive food from, because, like, I don't want to suddenly get caught out like that. That's just not what you want. You just want to have more food-producing buildings than you're actually using most of the time. And, like, even if you can't actually man them all, you want to make sure that they're available. I mean, that's sort of the point of it. Okay. Well, let's see if I can... This is a long bridge, it's a bit too expensive. Build it, like, here, maybe? It's a little bit cheaper. Okay, and we're not going to work that just yet. We're going to increase this one up to 4 people. Get a little bit more food that way. And are we missing iron or something? No. Are we missing logs? No. Well, get working on that, you lazy bastards. Okay, should probably start chopping a little bit more wood for winter. And let's get one person less on building. Schoolhouse can get done slowly for all that really matters. Alright, so looks like things are going along pretty well here. I kind of want to be able to worry about the health of my guys right now, but like I can't build out in the same sort of way that I'm used to, so I don't have the resources that I would really like to have under these normal circumstances, so we just don't have the opportunity to build like herbalists everywhere like we'd want to or anything like that. Alright, things are looking pretty thinned out here. I guess most of that was old growth. So what we're probably going to see is like a big slowdown in Forster's logging production. They really just don't want to get the school built. They don't want to go to school. It's because they don't want to go to class. They all know it's like, if we build this, we'll have to go to class. That sucks. Okay. And one of the other things we're going to want to do is build another Forester Lodge out here. We're not worrying about trade, so we don't need the hunter cabin. Hunter cabins in quite the same numbers as what we used to get, so we're just going to go ahead and do what we're doing here. Got 18 adults now, but might do to wait till some of these guys grow up a little bit more before we build another house. Oh no, we really should build another house. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's get another person working in the school, just get it done quickly. And let's get a teacher. Okay, so we should gradually be getting this Forester's Lodge done. That should be one of those priority buildings. And you can have 2 in each of these, unlike with the Gatherer's Hut, and it'll be really efficient. Like, this Gatherer's Hut's just in a really great spot, apparently, for producing food, so I don't really feel like sending some of them to trek all the way over here is going to be all that productive just yet, because I kind of need to clear it out first. We need to get rid of, like, these rocks and this iron first. Yeah, so... reserve of logs is low, yes, I'm aware. What we can do, though, is take away these logs, since it doesn't look like our foresters are dealing with them quite yet. And... we got stone, yes we have. Logs, not enough, but reserve of food is low now. And it does look like it is waffling a bit lower. Okay, so we are going to start working this Gatherer's Hut now, already. I'm not too surprised that I needed to, but it is a bit of a shame. Okay, we're just about out of clothes too, so we are going to have to pull more people out of our labor pool. Constantly just trickling people out of labor, which is always a shame. We've got a 12-year-old woodcutter. That guy's going to kill himself. I can just tell, like, by accident, he's just going to lop his own head off with his axe. It'll be very unfortunate, just a tragedy of why we should educate like little kids about how to properly hold an axe before we send them off to do that, which is why we have a school now. We have 0 students, but we've got a school. Okay, yeah, we're really in a pinch for food. Let's get 6 people on that now. Use our builders by 1. Not sure why this fishery is so unproductive. Pretty close to the drop-off area, because they're just going to the carts. It looks like we're getting plenty from our Gatherer's Huts and our Hunter Lodge. I don't know. Well, looks like let's just push this up to 7. That should sort of make it so that we can work here. Alright, so yeah, we're now in that crippled spot where we really have to worry about everything because we've now got like the schoolhouse, we've got students who are going to be in there until they're like 20 or whatever, instead of working, so now we're in that position where our people just stop actually functioning as members of society for a little while here. And it'll take a little while before they start to get up there, so we're locked at 21 workers for quite a while now. Fortunately, things look like they're set up pretty well right now. We've managed to make sure that we've got everything running and ticking before we've managed to get into a position where things are awful forever, because if things get awful, they'll stay awful. Okay, what I could do is make things a little bit faster for the forester that lives there by putting a little stockpile there, and now what's going to happen is these logs are just going to end up in the stockpile over here. That'll make him a little bit faster and more efficient. People from this Gatherer hut are still going to have a much longer trek than the people from this Gatherer hut, though, so that is that one problem there, but whatever. Okay, this guy finished putting his quota of logs in there, so we're going to tell him to stop for a season. And how are we for population? We're up to 30 now, so we technically have enough people. We just have to make sure that we maintain this number without too many of our old people suddenly dying off all at once, and we'll be okay. So we do need to steadily grow just a little bit further, but as you can see, like, this is basically what you need to do to hang on and survive in this sort of harsh mountainous region until you manage to get the achievement, and that's pretty much what you do here, is just you do it till you're done, which doesn't take as long as it normally would in another one where you want to see like a big, prosperous, fancy city. That's not what we're in here for. We're just here for a quick little challenge city here. Anyway, I hope you found this informative, and as always, I hope to see you all next time.